Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Welcome back to the Bad Movie Night Podcast. My name is Chris, and tonight we are excited because we have continuing Bronzetober. That is right, a month-long fun festival of Bronzi. Robert Bronzi, the guy who looks like Charles Bronson, but he's not, but he looks like him. And we're continuing that tonight by talking about the 2017 horror action movie, From Hell to the Wild West.
Hell to the Wild West.
You added the voiceover?
You know what's complete bullshit is I had to freaking recut that trailer because they just sampled Johnny Cash, and I knew that would.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that would have
So I put in new music, and I had to do a voiceover and everything. It's ridiculous.
You put a lot of effort into that.
Put a lot of effort into that. I put some effort into this thing sometimes.
Just like when you made your kids.
Just when, yes, that's true.
Sorry.
Guys, I mean, I was out of breath and stuff. I don't know. It goes back to the pre-show. You can get more information about that in pre-show. Guys, we're back. We continue Bronzetober, whatever you want to call it. Bronzetober?
The month of Bronzi.
The month of Robert Bronzi. And it has been a exciting month. A month that was proposed by Spiv, who is, as you can tell, absent from the show. Because
it seems like that was
dinner.
planned, right? Like, hey, I'm going to pick really shitty movies and then disappear off the face of the earth.
Honestly, I don't. We'll get to it, but these are not. These are shitty movies, but they're not as bad as they're not painful to watch. So,
well,
some movies we've watched where it's like, I want to die. I don't want to live anymore. Like some movies just suck the will to exist anywhere out of your life, but not these. I don't think. We'll get into it. We'll unpack it when we get into the review section. Let's not spoil the thing right up front. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, okay. We have a couple more weeks. We have the Bronzi Wheel. We'll see what we're going to be watching next week. I have a feeling. Okay, I have a feeling we will be watching more Rene Perez movies because it seems like Robert Bronzi, Rene Perez, Finkel, Einhorn, they're all the same person or something. I don't know.
You think Rene Perez is Robert Kovacs?
Robert Bronzi.
AKA
it's possible.
Robert Bronzi?
Have you ever seen him in the same room together is what I'm basically getting at here.
I mean, no. You could be onto something.
Are you wearing a pea coat?
Who?
You look all fancy.
Dude, why are you always commenting on my clothing? It's a...
Is it a windbreaker?
Do you not want me to comment? I can abstain from commenting on your clothing in future episodes if you prefer.
I mean, I don't know. I was wearing another picnic table shirt, so I took that off.
I made you.
Is that all you own?
What you wear to work?
So they can find in my size, the picnic table covers. No, I don't know.
All right, well, let's get into it. We got a lot to cover. This movie, From Hell to the Wild West, is from 2017. This is before Robert Bronzi became Robert Bronzi. Before that, he was Robert Kovacs, and that's what he's in the title as well. This is also a movie before Death Kiss, which is what we covered last week. So this is the beginnings of the career of Robert Bronzi. So, Lindsay.
Yes.
Can you give me an exciting premise for the 2017 movie From Hell to the Wild West?
I will do my best. Hey, you want to... Here's a conspiracy theory for you. What if Jack the Ripper was still alive and in the Old West? How would that go?
Cheerio. I mean, hello, fellow Americans.
He'd lure whores and other people.
Whoa, I think they're called like waitresses or something, or hostesses.
They even say it in the movie. Hostess means whore. I think that's a quote.
Oh, they said hose? I thought this is about horses.
Lindsay, the way you delivered that line was better than anyone in this movie as well.
Hower. Again, Boomhauer. Hower.
And there's also a lot of like guys on horses shooting at each other for some reason.
Who are they? No one
Who
knows.
are they?
I don't know.
You
Are they
may
in the
find
movie?
out. You probably won't. In what the fuck was the name?
From hell.
You know,
to the wild.
I had it.
Wild West.
It took me a while to have the epiphany, but I had it of where the title came from. Is they took the From Hell movie with Johnny Depp about Jack the Ripper and added But it didn't dawn on me for a while, and I was like, oh, that makes way more sense. And now I could remember the name. So, thanks, Lindsay. That was pretty good. I will say I do miss when AJ did it, just because I guess maybe I just miss having AJ on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
He would do like the voice. He would, like, in a world.
You could do that. You're capable.
You could do it.
I'll try next time. I'll put some more stank on it.
Watch AJ show up next week. Son of a bitch. Steal your glory right from you. All right. Well, we got a lot to unpack. This movie, quite high concept. Lots of history stuff we got to talk about. Lots of science. Lots of
Community college action. I don't know.
community college
Yeah.
action.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
We'll get into all of that. There's much to unpack here. But first, we have to get up in Aaron's history hole. Get a little context for the film, and then maybe we can understand it a little better. So here we go.
From hell to the Wild West.
Pretty good. Actually,
It
It looks like a Muppet.
That fucking mask, I couldn't take it seriously because he just looks like he's sad. He's just upset about something.
It really
he's got like a
does.
frowny
Like-
face, like Meep.
He's a sad crow.
I think that's why I resonate so well with this guy. He's sad, depressing. All right, so From Hell to the Wild West. I mean, certainly the cover looks pretty cool, right? I mean, we got reincarnated Charles Bronson and some sort of killer in a mask, a burlap mask. I don't know. But this is from 2017, as Chris mentioned, and it is also, as we know, written and directed by Rene Perez, who very well may be Charles Bronzi. We're not sure though.
Can we use the descriptor "written by" loosely? Because I feel like that gives it a lot more credit.
Suggested by.
That implies a lot more
vaguely-
than his movies seem to when it comes to that.
Concept by.
Concept by, yeah.
The concept
It was
of a
a-
plan
yeah,
for a
there's a
movie,
Napkin
perhaps.
scribblings, perhaps? Something like that?
Yeah. This was actually released December 26, 2017. So for those of us in the States, it's it's a big deal. The day after Christmas, movies used to be a huge thing.
2017, man, those were the days. Right?
I mean,
I don't even
literally
know.
Different world.
anything better than now at this point. Moving along.
Actually, it wasn't that much different. Wasn't Trump president in 2017?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. This
All right,
was
we're back to where we were then. It's just
Made a big old circle.
life finds a way.
big
We repeat
old
ourselves.
life signs away. This was filmed in Los Angeles, California. The production company is called IDIC.
You,
IDIC
you
Entertainment.
dick or I dick?
We all did.
We all dick.
We all
Right.
dick.
I'm glad we got there. That makes me happy.
Didn't even take that long to get there. Good job, Lindsay. I think we've been doing the podcast too long.
Just dicks everywhere in this podcast. Some trivia. So, Mr. Buczynski was given the name of Charles Bronson. Robert Bronzi was a stunt double for Charles Bronson. And he gives a creditable impersonation of the late actor throughout the film. I did not know that Bronzi was a stunt double for Charles Bronson.
Oh, we'll get into it.
Yeah, I
'cause
didn't
we
realize
got
that.
Some comment about that.
Yeah, someone
didn't know
commented
that.
about it.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. He definitely has the look. So, Francis Tumbletti, an Irish-American quack doctor, was an actual suspect in the Jack the Ripper murders. The detail given about him in the film are accurate. I may be able to relate to that if I remember anything that they talked about in the
Yeah.
current times scenes of this film. with Professor Poopy Pants and whatever the other lady's name was. I forget. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I mean, that's about all that's really available for this thing. This is his second Charles Bronzi film.
Robert Bronzi.
There's nothing about
Charles
budget
Robert
available.
Bronson.
Yeah, it's a low budget film.
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah, low.
Probably similar in budget to Death Kiss in some ways.
I mean, potentially.
It didn't
Yeah,
look like Los Angeles to me. Like I figured it was Northern California. Like the
Redwoods.
last one was.
That was some red.
Yeah.
It had a lot of like nice shots and scenery and
Well, we'll save that for the review.
natural production value.
Maybe we should ask iDick
We will, Aaron.
more about the production of this film. That's all I got. I mean, there's really not much to talk about from this standpoint. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We have enough to cover here. There's lots to get into. So thank you.
We can read the parents' guide. There's topless nudity, a woman's tits flop about running away from the killer. The killer cuts into a woman's vagina off screen and pulls her innards that look like sausage out of it. A woman's breasts are exposed while she's tied to a tree. A woman tells another woman she knows she screwed her husband. A woman's left breast exposed. Man then caresses it with a skeleton hand. The skeleton hand. There's lots of violence and gore, bloodlettering, high fructose corn syrup is seen dripping from a skull. A woman is found covered in blood. A man is hit in the head with a hammer. A woman's foot is cut with garish sound effects. A man chokes and punches a woman. A man kills a woman by chopping her stomach. Blood splatters. Men are shot and killed with poorly done blood spray. Profanity. SOB is said. Use of goddamn. Whore. Say it, Lindsay. I can't say it. Whore is mentioned quite a few times as an insult in general. Use of God's name. A man is seen smoking a cigar. And there is frightening and intense scenes. Who would watch something like this and then take the time to actually put in like content ratings and stuff?
Yeah, what love scenes?
People got time. People got time.
I
mean, he really liked his knife.
View of love, Rebecca, than I think most people.
He really loved his knife. He's like all about my baby. Caress that sweet steel. All right, Chris, that's all I got. Enough of this.
That was great, Aaron.
Oh, I tried.
Let's move on and get into the film.
When you're famous, they let you do anything. For $2 a month, you can grab them by the Patreon. Let me tell you, we have the best Patreon. You go to patreon.com/badmovienightshow and you sign up for $2. And you tell me, people come up to me all the time. They say, "Sir, where did you get all that good Patreon content?" And I say, over at Bad Movie Night. That's right, you get access to the Slack channel. This is the best Slack channel. We have only the best people on the Slack channel. Then you get your movie on the wheel. Do you know how many people tell me, "I've never seen a wheel so beautiful, so perfect as this wheel"? And you can get all that for $2 over at patreon.com/badmovienightshow.
I just love that fat guy flipping over his recliner. It's so good.
I've done that.
You've done that?
I'm sure. All right, let's get into it. From Hell to the Wild West. Aaron, what did you think of From Hell to the Wild West?
I'm struggling to remember much about this. I watched this yesterday, and I don't remember a whole lot. It looked okay. Like you said, like it definitely didn't look terrible. There was some beautiful scenery they had. The acting was not great. There's a lot of time spent in the current time just kind of talking about these past events and possibilities of Jack the Ripper, which I thought was just odd with the tone of the movie. Like, it's not a documentary, so I'm not sure what they were going for. But honestly, I think my real big complaint with this is the fact that they overdubbed Charles Bronzi with a voice that sounds kind of like Charles Bronson. Yeah, like it just it's just makes me angry. I don't know.
Big fan. Did you like it more than Death Kiss?
I don't know. They're both pretty bad to me. I'm really hoping we get back to something like the prison one we watched with him. Because he does have potential. In that one, he's great.
Okay.
I don't know.
When he was like unleashed.
Yeah, I just don't know I don't know what his goal is in this. I don't know why anybody's doing anything. And we got people getting shot. We have these gunfights. We have people on horses. I don't know what any of that has to do with other than they're trying to track down Jack the Ripper, but not. But he's not Jack the Ripper, but maybe he is.
Okay. Big fan.
It's just
Rebecca,
that
what did you
hand,
think?
the skeleton hand thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely all over the place and hard to follow, but I also didn't want to follow because I didn't care what was happening.
Fair enough.
to
Understandable.
any of
Big
them.
fan.
Like, it starts off with him getting the mask and the cleaver thing, but it's like, why is that in the woods and why are you going to get that? And the questions are never really answered. But again, I don't really care.
Why doesn't he
that
use
they're
his
not.
gun? He has a gun too.
Yeah. And he chased away this entire town, but he's just one guy. The rest of the town couldn't stand up to him. Yeah, there's just a lot of...
You didn't like the voice?
And then the other weird, yeah, kill him.
He owned like an Outback steakhouse. Like, it was like an Outback restaurant.
And those people got there
The
before
old
11.
town saloon.
I'll make
All
a
right,
blooming
big fan.
onion out of you.
Lindsay, what did you think?
This one was rough. This one was tough to watch. This was barely a movie because it ran like an hour and 17 minutes. When I looked at the running time, I was like, oh, thank God. It's not very long. But it was a concept. They had a concept. What if Jack the Ripper was in the Old West? Cool concept. But they just didn't do anything with it. And the rest was just filler. It was a movie full of filler is how I saw it. Because we have this side plot with Robert Bronzi's character and the sheriff who's trying to hunt down the Jack the Ripper guy, and Robert Bronzi's character has a bounty on him, and that's why people are after him, and him and the sheriff pair up for a moment, like when there's 15 minutes left of the movie. And yeah, it's just there's nothing in this movie. It's just
Yeah, there's not really any conflict with Jack the Ripper character until the end.
he
No,
just
it's
girls
with all the other
arrive
people.
and he kills them or tries to kill them.
Oh, this is ladies'
interspersed
night.
with people shooting in the woods.
He's the most like developed character, Jack the Ripper, sort of, and it's not even really.
Well, we
developed.
get to see who he is. So they try to
Yeah.
humanize him in a sense, but he's obviously got some serious mental issues.
Yeah, but it just serves nothing.
Right.
And then we have the stuff, in the library where it's just we can't put we can't put all this information into this Western movie we want to make, so we're just going to sit here and tell you all of it.
Somebody's
so-
college project they had to do, and they somehow shoehorned that into this movie.
Yeah, it
Sorry,
just
Chris.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Not a fan.
the need to have the present day woman who's like studying and then the professor basically give you the entire storyline of the film because the film can't give it to you.
Yeah.
It's just so bad. All right, let me
But
speak.
it could. They had plenty of time to do it.
Sure. The positives of the film are the production quality. I don't think it's
It does
that bad.
look very good.
I think it looks nice, and I think Rene Perez, if I recall, is also the cinematographer, and I think he does have a good eye.
Part's fine.
This movie looked to me like a sci-fi original kind of production values, and I thought that was good, and there was effort put into a lot of the
Coloring work and
sequences.
everything looked like fine.
Yeah,
It looked like a
they're-
modern. Yeah.
There's
The
moments.
squibs again were done really
They
well
were-
again.
Yeah.
Squibs were good. The riding, there was horses. There were sequences where they were riding horses. They even did like
People didn't
they
fall
tried
off.
to attempt to do like some spaghetti western stuff with the zooms.
They did that POV shot, so it
did
was
the
like you're playing
POV?
Red Dead Redemption or something.
But that shit's
That was cool.
and like not needed, but adds a lot, and I appreciate all that. So I think the movie looks pretty good. This is a huge fucking piece of shit ass movie, though. I'll tell you that right now. What in the world? And we are working backwards a little bit, so it's not quite fair. We did watch Death Kiss, which was a movie that came after this.
Yeah.
So maybe the filmmaker improves, but so far I'm seeing a trend that I really don't like. And it's deep misogyny throughout his films. And I have seen another movie of his called Cry Havoc, and that trend continued, in which case, for some reason, there's always a sequence or many sequences where women are held up against something and stripped in some way and mutilated, and it's just
Who
it's
wants
in
to see
every
that,
film.
though?
And if it made sense for the storyline, sure. I know Jack the Ripper is known for doing some sort of stuff like that, right?
Yeah, he
To women.
mutilated his victims.
Yeah.
So that makes more sense for this film, maybe in some ways, but it's not even that Jack the Ripper mutilates women, it's that he molests them first, which is weird.
Right.
So that stuff was shit. Robert Bronzi, critically underused in this goddamn film.
So
all right?
he was barely in it.
yeah.
He is like
He's in 5 minutes of the whole runtime.
he's not the main character. There is no main character. Maybe Jack the Ripper. I can't tell. So
I almost
He
think it's-
doesn't even interact with Jack the Ripper, really. They're never in frame together.
Well, and they think he is the murderer, which I
Right.
didn't understand because the one sheriff is with him when the woman gets killed. But then still
Yeah.
believes that he is the killer.
right at the beginning too, Rebecca.
Right.
When we are
Yeah.
introduced to him, he's being tracked down, and they both witness a woman being killed by the killer.
Yeah. But they're still convinced that he is the murderer.
But so who are these other people they're fighting
They're
on
bounty
horseback
hunters.
and stuff? They're bounty hunters?
A posse. They're a posse.
Right, so they're fighting
Because
the wall.
he killed their family.
He killed their kin, as they say.
Yeah.
You down.
You killed my kin.
My
I
kinfolk.
can kill you. And Robert Bronzi says nothing, and then they overdub it with somebody else's voice. Let's check out our introduction to the killer, though, because this I thought was interesting.
He growls.
He's some sort of animal human
he
hybrid.
claws, he growls. 4 feet above the covers.
He roars like a lion.
It seemed like they were almost trying to do a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing as well.
Yeah.
That's not who Jack the
Yeah.
Ripper is. That's a
Exactly.
different character.
Well, we don't
Yeah.
know who Jack the Ripper is, Heron. Maybe he is.
No, we do. They solved it like last month. They came forward and were like,
Wait,
we know who Jack the Ripper is.
Who's Jack the Ripper?
They
Wait, what?
think.
They think.
There's still some because it came off of like the DNA came off of the shawl, but they're not sure how much contamination the shawl could have had. But they're more
We
positive.
came and we saw.
We sure did.
He came on the shawl.
Ew.
Oh God,
So they got the DNA from.
that's true. That's
Bill Clinton is Jack the Ripper.
I did not.
Mutilate that woman.
Stab that woman.
In the Victorian era. All right, so we know who Jack the Ripper is. Did he go to the Wild West, Rebecca? Did he leave London to go to the Wild West?
So we are gonna do the quiz on Jack the
Oh,
Ripper, but
okay.
that is a theory.
All
that-
right.
That's why the killings ended so quickly, is because he left, and then there are several places within the United States where similar killings occurred.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But they don't think it's just a copycat kind of thing? Somebody heard
and
about...
what's the guy's name in this? Tumblety, something like that?
Yeah.
That is one of the suspects. That is a guy that lived in London and came to the United States. So it was, when it said it was based on true events,
It really
is
was.
a little.
Look, I got no issue with the concept or premise of this film. It could be fun. I think it's just I think that the obvious failures of this film are in its storytelling and its script. I'm even on board with Robert Bronzi doing just let him do his real voice, even if you can barely understand it.
And he looks
it's so
really
much better,
good.
though.
And he
looks
looks
really good
cool.
in this.
Yeah.
And he can do some fun action scenes, and I love the squibs, and I'm here for more of a horror bent action film. That's a fun idea in a Western setting. But this guy cannot write to save his goddamn life. There is no concept of storytelling going on here.
It doesn't feel like there's an attempt to. I think this person may have more experience behind a camera or something, right? And,
Sure.
And has, like you said, a decent eye for stuff, and maybe knows good people who could do props and at least have some experience doing some of the practical effects, things of that nature. But the writing,
the problem with the guy, it seems like it's like, hey, we have this movie we want you to make. It's called The Smurfs in Western Town. And then he's like, what if they take
there
one
are
of these
boobs?
women and they put her up on a tree and they rip her shirt open? Like, no, stop doing that. Stop doing that in every movie you make.
And then what if he touches her boobs with a skeleton hand?
okay, that's pretty funny.
Yes, now it's getting creative.
What was that like horror comedy film with a guy and he's got like the deformed hand and he keeps
Scary Movie 2.
Yes.
My germs.
Yes.
Yes, it kind of reminded me of that. Like it was ridiculous.
His strong hand.
His strong hand, yes.
Let me show a little of our hero in this film.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I would legit watch a Robert Bronzi Western. I think it could be pretty fun.
That jacket alone is awesome.
Yeah.
Jacket looks good. He knows how to track because he picked up dirt and flung it through his hand. That's how you
Right?
track shit.
Well,
supposed
and
to lick
the
it.
setting is beautiful.
Setting's beautiful. He's got the
redwood.
pistol pointed right at his dick, so if that thing goes off, there ain't nothing gonna survive that, John. I'm all on board. He constantly gets out his little microscope.
Oh yeah, the
thing or
eyeglass thing.
eyeglass thing.
Yeah.
And he pervs on people. And then he's got his little rifle that looks like it shoots BB guns bullets.
He looks great. I have no issues with him in
He's
this film
great.
at all. He is not the problem with this movie.
He's in
They
this
did
movie
not
for
use
maybe
him
15
enough.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely didn't use him enough.
And the thing is, like, they don't establish our characters. Instead, they introduce new characters every time. We start with this woman in the forest. She immediately gets killed when he roars like a lion. Then we get Robert Bronzi for a second. We're like, okay, Robert Bronzi's going to be our lead. He disappears. We go into town. We introduce two women showing up at town. You're like, oh, okay, I guess maybe these will be our main characters. Immediately, they get
killed.
They get killed. And oh my, the way that they get killed, I'll just show it.
Do you see anyone? I think I see a...
That's
Dead.
it.
This is
Thanks
how
for coming.
the Jack the Ripper, the most clever serial killer. What
He
he
just
does
comes
is
running out of a bush.
He just runs around and grabs people
In broad daylight.
In broad daylight, right outside an Outback Steakhouse. Okay.
Ooh.
what? All right.
I don't know. Have you tried that? Maybe it works.
Not a serial killer, Aaron. Or so
Maybe you should try
No,
to
this
be.
this movie would have benefited from some nighttime scenes.
Yeah, that would have helped.
Give it a little creepier factor, because I don't know, that mask really bothered me because it was not scary. He just looked like grumpy scarecrow,
Gus.
grumpy Gus.
Yeah, it looked
He's
like
just
an
so
immortal
sad.
mask or like a prefab mask, which
Yeah.
can be fine, but it just didn't look. I think all the props in this movie and even the sets, while they have a Western look to them, they do feel very much like I'm in a theme park.
Soundstage.
Yeah.
type thing,
I'm
Or
watching an
even a
old
theme
West
park.
show.
The clothes Robert Bronzi
The
was wearing
costumes.
looked
There should be
okay,
some
but they're not
animatronics.
dirty. There's no grit to anything. The movie itself has that very digital sheen. It doesn't look gritty and filmic, which would give you a more Western kind of feel.
Yeah.
The color grade is also like
Very modern,
it
not
doesn't
Western.
modern doesn't lean towards Western
Right.
style, so they don't bring you into that world of a Western sense. It honestly really did feel like I'm at the parking lot of an Outback Steakhouse. Like it feels fake like that, and it's so
Australian for
empty. It's so empty.
Well, and then speaking of characters, the next two characters that show up are the woman and her slave, essentially, show up.
The
Yes.
rich people,
Yeah.
the rich
And
woman.
they set up this whole backstory where the husband was taking liberties with the slave girl and
taking liberties.
yes, that was my nice way to say it. And
taking
so the wife brought her there to sell to the saloon to get rid of her. essentially.
Yeah.
And they're the next, like they have the most character development of anybody in the movie. Those two.
The slave woman is like one of the main characters. Honestly, she's on the screen more than anybody.
Yeah, she's the final
other than the
girl
Ripper.
essentially.
Well, and she's the one whose diary the modern day people have.
Yeah.
Right.
It's only
But we
because of her that they know any of this.
Yeah. But we don't meet her till we're over halfway through the movie.
We're 30 minutes in, which is halfway through the movie. Yeah. I mean, it was telling to me when I saw the runtime of an hour and 17 and it still had a 3-minute opening intro sequence. I was like, you guys are padding the shit out of this. Plus a couple minutes at the end, too. I'm like, you guys don't even have a full movie here.
My memory of it is pretty much like the intro, then like an hour of people blabbering from current times about the past, and then Robert Bronzi shows up, and they have a little shootout with the Ripper guy, and then it's over. That's kind of my memory of this film.
That's fair.
There's more to it than that.
They go
but
back and forth between all of those.
I know,
like-
but I think I was really struggling to pay attention.
But there is similarities to Death Kiss. It's just, hey, we need a scene like this. Let's just drop it in. There's no big picture to building a story,
No,
building a
they could
character arc, building
go
a
in
story
different
arc,
order,
nothing. Yeah. And then you get these sequences with Jack the Ripper where he has these internal monologues. Let me play the clip.
You are sanctified from hell's heart.
I had
The hands are clean, dear boy.
What does
understanding
it
a lot of that.
mean?
It looked,
What
he
does
looks
it
kind of like
mean?
Matt Berry too. You know Matt Berry, the British dude. He's really weird from like
New York City.
yeah,
That guy.
And his voice there reminded me of him. I was like, I just couldn't take it seriously.
Matt Berry.
I don't know. Like from IT Crowd and from what we do in the shadows.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay, yeah, what we do in the shadows. Yeah, that's
What We Do in
okay.
the
That's who
Shadows.
I was
Yeah,
thinking. That guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Just that just ridiculous over the topness. I don't know.
So we have the rich woman show up into town. I don't know why they spent time explaining their reasoning to just have what happens happen to them, because it plays no part into the actual story.
No, it just makes you, I guess, root for the girl at the end. I don't know.
It's trying to build empathy towards that woman.
I guess. I don't know.
That she's being placed in this and now has to fight off when she's already fought.
But
She's just had a
It would have
rough
been
time.
good if like they set that up at the beginning, like the movie followed her. I don't know, like
I
I
mean,
don't know.
if you introduce the characters at the beginning and you make them empathetic and you go along through their journey, when they are in
try
conflict,
to
you are
save
rooting
them
for
or
them,
something.
and that helps build tension because you care
Yeah.
about the characters. But like when they dropped those girls off in front of the Chili's, and then 3 seconds later she was grabbed and the other one was molested on a tree, I was like, "What are we doing?"
Doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
Just shock value, I guess, is what they're going for, but it's really
Yeah.
weak. I don't know. I think the whole thing just needs a rework. Like, I would have liked to have seen Bronzy and the sheriff guy, like, on a journey to get here, right? And they're fighting, like, the minions of this Jack the Ripper guy, and the slave
shoulda
character
came-
is, like, captured, but she's trying to, like, somehow free them, and, like, she's a
They finally
badass.
show up to the town and the sheriff's killed right away. So
Yeah.
it's just
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
what was all of this for?
They
don't
should have came
know.
from London tracking him down.
Yes.
And no one would have believed him. Why isn't Jack the Ripper speaking one of those London accents, a British accent?
You know what? We need like, yeah, Guy
this is
Ritchie
a-
to make this or something.
This is
He'll
it is a
get-
great concept for a movie, but just needs to be executed better.
Is it a great concept? I don't know.
I think it's a
fun-
very
it's
an
fun.
Could be interesting.
it's an
yeah.
interesting concept, especially since, like Rebecca said, there is a theory out there about it, and you could do some really cool stuff. Because I mean,
You think if you
Yeah,
had like real
'cause-
money and a solid
oh
cast,
yeah,
could
and you
make
did
something
some
good?
you did like some nighttime scenes that are like lamplight kind of
That-
lighting, you know, and it's down like behind the saloon, like a girl went out there to throw
True.
away something or like have some kind of rendezvous, and you see like the point of view of the killer, and you know the horses in the corral next get a little spooked. I mean, I can see it in my head. It would you could do a lot of stuff with it.
They
but-
don't lean into any horror elements.
No.
Yeah. Or
They just add a little bit of gore here and there.
Yeah,
and
there's no like building to scares or anything like that.
Yeah.
No.
So it's all. I mean, it seems like this director is much more of an action-oriented guy.
Yeah.
And I'm on board for like a horror action hybrid. That's kind of fun. It's just the horror elements are very lacking.
Yeah.
I think he should have just made the film he wanted to make, Jack the Pimper.
Do you think the movie? Do you think it takes itself too seriously?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, that's kind of the beauty of, like, let's just take Robert Bronzi serious because he's clearly just impersonating a dead person.
Yeah.
So in
Why
itself,
would you
it's kind of
want to
funny.
take it seriously, though? Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah. But
It's so weird to me.
But it does feel like the movie, like,
Embrace the silliness of it, right? And you can have a fun movie and just embrace the fact that, yes, this is literally like a clone of Charles Bronson. And he's in this weird Western about Jack the Ripper. And let's make it goofy and fun. Don't try and make it serious.
And when did From Hell come out? 2001.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
They're kind of banking on the concept of that film and using the name in some ways.
Well, especially when that was such a dark psychological
Great movie.
Yeah.
film, you know? And from what I remember, it was 24 fucking years ago.
Stop that. That makes
It's 2 years ago.
It's like 5 years ago, right?
How many years ago was it? 24?
Yeah.
24! What the fuck?
But how's that possible? I'm only
It's-
25.
Exactly.
I should go back and watch that movie. I wonder if it holds up. It probably does. I remember really liking
does.
that movie.
Who played the
Johnny
girl in
Depp
it?
and Helena Bonham. Was it Helena Bonham?
No.
Those two horrors together. No, you're thinking of what's the other one?
The Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Yeah,
Sweeney
yeah.
Todd.
Yeah.
Heather Graham.
Heather
Heather
Graham.
Graham.
That's right.
Ian Holm was in it. Robbie Coltrane. Yeah, this is a
Oh
good
wow,
movie.
great cast.
Robbie Coltrane too.
Yeah, Hagrid.
You're a demon.
You're Jack the Ripper, Harry. I'm trying to upload this clip, but it just still says uploaded. But I wanted to show some of the end sequence because our hero, Robert Bronzi, tragically does die
Yeah.
Yeah.
in saving the young woman. He gets shot by one of the bounty hunters.
I fully believe, I kind of believe like he shot this Jack the Ripper movie and never finished it. And then he shot all this stuff
Western?
with Bronzi and just put them together.
Oh.
That's what
Yeah,
it feels
because
like to me.
They are never on screen together.
And I don't think you even see the sheriff's face when he enters the town and gets shot.
Wait,
I
the
could be
sheriff,
wrong.
The sheriff gets killed from behind, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think
Right.
you see his face.
Yeah,
Those
you
are
do
really
see
so
his
out in the
face.
open.
Conspiracy theory. Yes.
Shouldn't like Jack the Ripper be tracking them as as they're tracking him? Like add some tension to it.
Something.
Right? Something.
Because
Not just like, oh, there he is in the field.
They're never in the same place.
Yeah, they're never. Yeah.
If this motherfucking Jack the Ripper in London was just running around in broad daylight grabbing women and murdering
He was
them,
not.
Yeah, like
Snatching everybody up in London.
snatching everybody, climbing in windows and stuff. He would have immediately been caught.
Kind of
Furious.
offensive to him. Like he's this
Yeah.
supposed, amazing serial killer that really put a lot of fear into people in London at a time period, and we distilled him down to just some asshole in a mask running around in the woods
He's a mask hole.
at an Outback Steakhouse.
A mask hole.
He's a mask hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Disappointing.
Disappointing.
What are you gonna do?
But honestly, I don't know. Not surprising.
Nah, this is par for the course. What is annoying is that Scott's making us do a month of these, and then he's not going to be here.
It's not coming to them.
No.
Right.
Well, they
That's-
could get better. We did really like Scope from Death Block 13 or whatever it was called.
I hope the
Escape.
next one is like that. I really do.
Yeah, we get
because
a newer one. That would be good.
Honestly, I don't think Robert Bronzi has been the problem with any of these films.
No.
So far.
they
not
underutilize him and let him
not
just
him.
use his voice. Like his voice is fine. It adds some.
Yeah.
character to him. I don't know.
It adds something.
It does something with him.
It's silly. I don't know.
All right, I let AI make a couple alternate posters.
Nice.
It got hung up on Smurfs.
Smurf.
What?
I don't know. I was like, give me something funny about this. And it was like this. How about Smurfs? So the Smurf, the Bad, and the Bronzy. All right.
Interesting.
What the fuck?
Hard.
He's Papa Smurf.
Papa Smurf.
This one was my
like his
favorite
hat.
because I was like, enough with the Smurfs.
Salad bar?
Salad bar.
From hell to the salad bar.
Oh, that doesn't even look like him.
No.
It doesn't look like him, but I still thought
It's
it
like
was pretty funny.
him crossed with Harvey Keitel or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, we need
Why the long face?
need more fake actors playing.
Yes. Yes.
Let's check out the death of our villain. I don't know where that. I don't
Her-
That
know.
is what
Our
happens
shirt.
when you die.
Constantly is too loose in this film. It's like always on the verge of boobs popping out. It's ridiculous.
She's a very beautiful woman, though.
a very
pretty
beautiful
lady.
She's
Yes,
absolutely
yes.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Let's hear a little bit of Robert Bronzi's voice, although it's
Might lose
overdubbed.
his trail.
I'll be your backup.
You understand you're free.
I do.
You understand you have no obligation to help me here.
I know.
Outstanding. Take the long rifle. Cover me. I'm going straight in. If you see him, you have my permission to shoot.
I only shoot to kill.
I only shoot to kill for $7,000.
I only
And then
shoot to kill.
right after that is when the sheriff guy dies, right? Like
Pretty
almost
much.
immediately after.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but he gets it from the back. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because
you-
Charles
I
Bronzi
don't
shot him in the
think-
fucking
I don't
back.
think
I didn't
you see
realize
his
that was him
face
at
because
first,
I
yeah.
didn't think it was
Yeah.
him either. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, was that the sheriff guy?
Yeah.
I think my conspiracy theory is true.
I think so too. All
I
right,
think they
Aaron.
shouldn't have overdubbed him. That just bothers me because it even almost sounds like him in a sense. Like, just let him be himself. Anyways. No, I would not recommend this, Chris. We just spent 45 minutes shitting on this thing. There's, again, some potential here. I think they just need a writer.
Yeah. All right, Rebecca.
No, I think Lindsay's theory makes sense that this is two different movies kind of smashed together, and now I can't unsee it. So no, don't watch these two.
Well, what are the two movies,
Oreos.
Rebecca? What are they called?
I don't
What are
know.
the two movies?
Shit and shittier.
No, that's the Dumb and Dumber ripoff. We're
Pimple
gonna watch
on
later.
Cassidy.
Pimple and Pimp.
Pipalon Cassidy and the Shit Your Pants Kid. Lindsay, would you recommend this?
No, I wouldn't.
You don't have to sing your response. No, I would not.
I would not recommend this,
This was a
movie at
terrible
all.
movie.
This is Mary
Oh my
Poppins
God.
over here. Yeah, no, this movie sucked ass.
No,
But you know what?
don't
It,
watch it. Don't
wasn't-
watch it.
it wasn't that boring. We've definitely watched more boring.
Dude, there's
We have
40
watched more
minutes
boring,
of
but
actually, Professor.
It was
the letter
only an
says.
hour and 17 minutes, so I think if it would have gone on any longer,
Yeah.
it would
I
have
was-
really.
because it took him so long to do, like, her trying to, the one girl when she was chained and then she had to reach for the skeleton hand to get the keys. That scene
was
took
funny.
so fucking
That
long.
was funny though.
It took so long.
so long.
I'm like, just get the fucking keys already, please.
Yeah, it took so freaking long.
Why do people use so much filler like that in their movies? They really think that's like when you watch a film, something like that is very quick usually. Like,
There's a difference between, and I think a good marriage of both of passion and love for filmmaking and making art, as well as business to make money.
yeah,
And when you push it to one side or the other, you're going to have some sort of thing.
You have to compromise somewhere.
I lean
guess.
towards the art more than the business, but this is like, I'm going to do this as quick as possible. This script, I wrote it last night. I shot this thing out. It's fucking ready to go. If we shoot this with Robert Bronzi in the woods and we shoot this with this, we can have 2 fucking movies. Bada bing, bada boom. Pitbull on Cassie, shit your pants.
Does
kid.
a
Here we go.
Bronzi shit in the woods? If a Bronzi shits in the woods, doesn't make a sound. That's the next movie we're going to watch.
All right. I think it's time to move on and play a game. So here we go.
Do it.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of confidence, right? Your mechanism is sloppy and your conclusions are high.
All right. So, like I said, we are talking about Jack the Ripper. So, in what year did Jack the Ripper murder people?
1876.
4.
It would have been Victorian times, right? 1873?
1876.
It was autumn of 1888.
Okay.
Yes. How many murders is Jack the Ripper linked to?
6.
17.
6.
It is 5 original, and it's thought that he has done 6 more. Like when they look back at records, they think that 6 other ones could possibly have been him, but 5 for sure. How many men were legitimate suspects for Jack the Ripper?
11.
3.
5.
There were 7. And 1, Dr. Tumblety.
Okay, from the movie.
Shit.
Yep. In a how many mile radius did the murders occur?
I
1.
want to say it was like a 3-4 mile radius.
It is 1 mile.
Oh, wow.
I gotta watch From Hell.
Right?
Yeah, seriously.
Good movie.
It was amazing 24 years ago.
How many of his victims were actually sex workers?
1.
Wasn't it only like one? Yeah, one of them.
2.
So, only 2 were known to be. But the other women were of lower status, so they just automatically got lumped into having made poor choices and
That's some bullshit.
Still punishing people for being poor.
yeah. How many letters were sent to the police claiming to be from the murderer?
20.
Oh, God. Yeah.
A dozen?
37.
Around 700.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So they think that there were a couple that were from him, but with that many, it was just like completely overwhelming. Like this one here is thought to have been from him.
From hell.
From hell. So how much did it cost to tour one of the murder sites?
Back then or now?
Back then. Like murder just
20
occurred.
20
A
cents.
shilling.
5 shillings.
It was 1 penny.
Oh, shit.
Which
Were the
is-
dead people still there?
They just left them there.
No.
Why do
but
we have so many
all
problems
of-
with rats?
all of them have, like, there's death pictures of all of the women.
Whoa.
When I was doing my, there's one murder scene picture that is, even from 1888, it is gruesome.
Damn.
I
Yeah.
want to see that. Not really,
It's-
but I kind of do.
It's from the last murder. That was the only one that he did inside.
Holy, Mary Kelly?
I think, yeah.
Holy shit.
She's
yeah,
in
you're
the
right.
bed.
Oh my fucking
What?
god.
I gotta look this up now.
Like, it is,
It looks like a prop.
Gruesome.
Like it's so gruesome.
yeah.
Just like a Mary Kelly. All right. Well, thank you, Rebecca.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's rough.
Whoa.
All right. Let's move on. Do some listener feedback.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little email. Where are you?
All right. Last week we watched Death Kiss from 2018, and we got a lot of comments on that episode. Greg Kearns says, great ep. Thank you, Greg. Sean gave us the old timestamps. Appreciate that as always,
Nice.
Sean. TB Kane says, I demand we see Aaron's history hole every week. Hashtag protect the hole. We lost their rabbit hole. We cannot lose another hole.
Protect the hole.
Mike D says, I watched this movie like 2 months ago. I thought you guys mentioned it back then. As for Death Wish, I have never seen any, but wasn't there a remake with Bruce Willis in it?
Yes. I heard it was
Yes.
not great.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Jinx
That's probably 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 10 years ago, right? I don't know. Jinx 3LV205 says, call me Jinx. YouTube put 205 on the end. If Aaron continues his burlesque career, Spiff should wear a pimp hat and huge sunglasses. Everyone else would be free to throw tips of their choice. That's good. Fardog says Bronson was not a cop in Death Wish. He was an architect. goddammit. I added the goddamn.
Oh, he was
His
an architect?
mother had made him promise never to use guns again after his father was killed in a hunting accident where someone mistook his father for a deer. He was
Was
killed
this
by Dick
character
Cheney.
called Art Vigilante?
It is until his wife and daughter are attacked that he becomes the vigilante. Lindsay
don't remember
responded to that. Jinx says also, this interview might be worth doing with other actors, maybe taking turns during doing the interviews. Dude, I had to find that. I didn't create the Robert Bronson or Charles Bronson. It was a created already on the site, so I don't know how they do that. Rainbird88 says, I wonder what kind of films Charles Bronson would make if he were still alive. Would it be Seagal level slop, or would it be better but still terrible Van Damme level? I don't know.
He'd be really fucking old.
Yeah, he'd be really
Yeah.
old.
Well, yeah.
He wasn't a bad actor, though.
No, he was in
Seagal
a lot of.
Seagal was always a bad actor. He's just good at action at one point.
He's a little bit one-dimensional, maybe, but
Yeah.
No, Charles Bronson held it. I mean, he did a lot of other stuff besides just these vigilante
Yeah.
action movie things. He did. We talked about Magnificent Seven last time. He was in. Wasn't he in the Dirty Dozen?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's been in some great movies.
Dark Woods Presents says, I love Death Kiss. Okay. I love Robert Bronzi. You people are crazy. The movies might not have the budget of a live-action Snow White, but I will watch every Robert Bronzi movie. Bronzi was paid to change his
Snow
appearance
White?
to look like Charles Bronson so he could do stunts for Charles Bronson. Death Kiss is a better movie than you guys could ever produce. To which I responded, my movie Transient is 100 times better. And I stick by that. And yeah.
But none of our issues are with Robert Bronzi. We love Robert Bronzi.
We love
He's
Robert
great.
Bronson.
Yeah, that's why we're watching these movies.
Right.
Dude,
It's just everything else in the film.
this
is the problem.
is nonsense. Movies not have fucking get out of here.
We don't
this movie
expect any movie
This
to have
movie
that
has way
budget.
more budget than my movie did, by tenfold at least. If not 100-fold. It's the storytelling is terrible, and that's what makes any kind of thing good. I don't care what kind of budget you have. Sam Kato says this comment is for algo purposes only. Do not reply. A whole bunch of stuff. I said got it. Won't reply. Then David Black replied, they definitely missed out by overdubbing his voice. This movie is bad. Just embrace it. Though in some ways it was funny too. The scripts were perfect for a campy, good, bad movie. His alternate title is Squib Game. I also had
Squib
Game?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I had some alternate titles. Did anyone else have any alternate titles?
For that? For tonight?
Yeah. I don't know why. What did I have?
Bless
I
you.
had The Quick and the Dumb. I had Still Unforgiven.
Still Unforgiven.
And I had Ravioli Horror, as in spaghetti western.
Oh, yeah. Horror.
I gotta hurry up.
I did not make any. We should probably start doing that again. That was fun.
I know. Let's do it again. All right.
No, I can't.
All right. Before we do the wheel, I just want to say
goodness.
thank you.
Spaghetti.
All those comments are awesome. We really appreciate
Yes.
you leaving comments on the
Yeah, that's
videos.
awesome.
That
Yes,
makes
thank
it
you.
Great
way more
comments.
fun for us to engage with you guys and know that you're out there listening and watching and hopefully enjoying what we're doing. So leave those comments again. But now it is time to spin the Robert Bronzi wheel, the bronze wheel, the Robert Bronzi wheel.
The what?
I don't fucking know.
What's
Here we go.
on there? Or
Cry
you just-
Havoc.
okay.
Once Upon a Deadwood. Oh, God. I am Exorcist Vengeance. Please give me the Exorcist. The Constant Gardener. 12 to midnight. Let's go. Either garden or fucking get
12 to midnight is the
12
most
to
recent.
midnight. I hope it's that one. We need some straight up action.
Exorcism.
Oh, 12 to midnight.
Oh, it's the new one. Okay.
Yes,
No, that's good. This is good.
This will be a good palate cleanser, I think.
All right.
12 to midnight.
12 to midnight. All right, let's see this. Midnight trailer. All right, this is new, 2024.
He plays Todd.
Whoa. Fresh off.
Is this... All right, I don't know if this is a Rennie Perez or whatever
Nope.
the fuck this.
Writers Joe Netter, Jeff Miller, Mark Savage.
This might actually be
Director
pretty
is
fucking
Mark
good, though.
Savage.
Time to get up already.
Oh shit! Imagine waking up to that guy every day.
Except today.
The dream.
Happy anniversary.
It's his real
God,
voice.
yes, his voice.
Good.
I like it.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Oh shit! This is badass.
This is Rhodes. I have information about
Oh, it's fucking
Daniel Roebuck.
Daniel Roebuck.
the wounds are just like Tammy's.
Dude, this looks awesome.
Now all this time, we figured Tammy's murder was a random act. Where were we? Now apparently that is not the case. But I am reinstating you on a provisional basis.
Oh shit.
This guy is taunting you, but he wants you in play.
This looks great.
This looks fucking
All right,
awesome.
all right, I'm stopping this. This is
amazing.
good. It looks
I'm
like
so
they have an
excited.
actual story. It's
Yes.
Robert Bronzi's real voice. Let's fucking go.
We're
What's
in.
this called? 12 to midnight.
12 to midnight.
That's the hours that fucking Chili's was open in this fucking movie. What the shit? It's on Zumo? What the hell is Zumo?
Zumo.
I haven't heard of that one.
I don't know where we
Is
can
that
watch
it?
this thing. Yeah.
Can you rent it on Prime or anything?
I think we can rent it on Amazon. Wait, it says it's on Tubi. No,
Okay.
content unavailable. Content unavailable.
Oh,
Shit.
Zumo.
We're going to find it. That's what we're covering
I
next
hope
week.
so.
guys.
This looks awesome.
Yeah, I think we can rent it on Amazon.
Okay.
I'll pay
Okay.
a couple bucks.
Oh, wait, can we? I don't know. Well, plan on watching this. We will watch it one way or the other. I will track it down. If anyone knows where they can watch it, please leave it in the comments. That will help us. Guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. That helps out the show. Leave a comment. Like we said, we love reading your comments on the show. Consider joining the Patreon, patreon.com/badmovienightshow. You get access to the Slack. We're going to start bringing back the Patreon wheel at the end of Bronzetober. So we'll spin that wheel the first week of May, which is, if you're a Patreon, you get to put a movie on a wheel and we spin that wheel. So we're going to be doing that again and lots of fun, exciting stuff. So join the Patreon, patreon.com/badmovienightshow. I think it's like $2 a month. Guys, that's it. We will catch you here next week when we watch 12 to midnight. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Bad Movie Night Podcast.
Bad movie night.